the fight fan joining us, and the millions watching around the world. Korner.
Yes, ladies and gents, welcome back to In the Red Corner podcast with me, Ross. I hope everyone's well this evening. Tonight, I'm joined by Nathan the Outlaw. Can't wait. I'm so pleased he's coming on. It's been a long time coming. Big admirer of him. It's been a while since he was last out. It's nearly coming up a year, but we'll talk to him about that. Last time he was out was against David Round, and he took the victory against David. And here he is.
How's it going, mate? All right, buddy?
I'm good, Nate. How are you?
I'm not bad at all, mate. Not bad. I'm just tired and aching, mate.
All the hard sessions done now, though, is it? Just a wind down now this week?
Yeah, literally, bud. I've already made my weight and that. I've had a good long camp for this fight. It's all gone bang on, absolutely bang on, bud. My weight's been perfect for nearly 2-3 weeks now. My preparation's been that good, so I've got nothing to worry about now, mate. So I can even probably have some food on day away, and I'm absolutely buzzing.
Excellent. I was saying there in the introduction, I mean, it's a while since you've been out. It's nearly a year where you fought David Round in Newcastle, I think, was it?
Yeah, Newcastle, November 25th, I think it was. So yeah, it's been nearly a year on it since I last fought.
Yeah. What have you been doing? What have you been doing in between?
Not much, mate. Really. I brought my hand in that last fight, so I've had quite a bit of time off with that, in and out of hospital with it. But it's absolutely sound now. So I've been waiting for a little. I'd love to have been back out early on in the year, but I've had a few operations on my hand and whatnot. So it just takes time, doesn't it, to get it back up to scratch, But yeah, so that took most of my year up, really, up till about maybe May. Just in and out, just little bits and pieces, just getting infected and the staff stuff. And then they took my pins back out. So then I've had all summer to train for this now then. So it's been a long time coming, mate, to be honest with you, because I'd like to have fought early on in the year.
Yeah. Have you been doing any hand conditioning work since it's been right now then?
Yeah, I've been doing bits and bats, mate. I've been doing a few techniques. I've got what them bars called where you whack them on thing. I forgot what they're called.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know what they're called, but I've been doing that, mate. I've been banging it in sand and whatnot, and manipulation stuff and that.
Yeah.
It feels sound, mate. It feels absolutely bob on. So I'm hoping, mate, it's like an old tree knot now and I can whack away with it.
Excellent. You've got a tough opponent in Conor Cooke. He was last out at Leeds as well against Robbie Brown. He took the victory. Do you know much about Conor at all?
I've looked at his last fight, but I was live last time when he fought. And I thought he did well, to be fair. My mate kept plugging away, didn't he? And he got the win, didn't he? But no, to be honest with you, I never really hardly watch any people who fight because the person who they're fighting is not you. And how can happen on the can't it? So I never tend to watch much of them. Put shivers up in and all, doesn't it? Sometimes watching people and it gets into their head. So I just concentrate on what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say there. It's best to concentrate on what you can do, and it's going to be an amazing fight. Though the whole card is every fight that you look at on the card, you think that's going to be brilliant. That's going to be brilliant. That's going to you could look at them all and think that's got fight of the night written all over it, basically, couldn't you?
There's some absolute belters, mate, in there.
Yeah.
It'd be nice to watch it, mate, wouldn't it? But obviously it's nice to be a part of it. But God, they're in for a treat, aren't that people are coming to watch it be a rainy.
It must be nice for you as well, fighting, in your almost your hometown.
Yeah, definitely, mate. It's only a couple of mile up road, but it's a big venue as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think once you get into boxing and whatever combat sports you're into, you want to fight on big venues and stuff like that, and it's a cracking venue, isn't it? So I'm absolutely thrilled to be fighting on it. Absolutely thrilled. Be good.
Yeah, I mean the venue is class. It's tiered seats up the side and things like that. All the tables around. It's cold, but it's brilliant.
I think last time when I went to watch that last fight at Leeds, all PA system like cocked up, didn't it? And it like main event were like Anthony and Danny Christie in it. It made for a chilling display, didn't it? Like there were no music, no introduction or all like that, and it was cold, wasn't it? Like it was a cold atmosphere, like it was mad.
It brought like everything just close or something like that. You know what I mean? No music, like you say, in the background, and Danny walking down and Anthony walking down to the ring with no music. And it
cold,
was just,
wasn't it? It made an atmosphere, didn't it? It was crackers, like.
It was brilliant. So actually, camp's gone really well. How does fight week look for yourself now? Then just tip away, keep busy.
Yeah, just ticking over, mate. I know some people like proper chill out, don't they, in fight week and that, but I like to keep busy, me, mate. I've done a bit of training. Well, I've trained twice today, but not big sessions. Just I've gone for like a little run, proper gentle run, and then I've just been in the gym and just done a bit of shadow boxing, a bit of skipping, just keeping ticking over, mate. Now, really. Yeah. And I'll probably do that right up until Thursday, maybe. To be fair,
right.
I just like to keep active, mate. I prefer to keep active. I don't like sitting still in the house, mate. I don't respond well to it. I like to be doing something all the time.
Yeah. How did you find that time? Obviously, like you like to keep busy, but with a hand injury and things like that, how did you find that time then?
It's a pain in the ass, mate, and it like it did me nothing. I'll be honest with you, but I've got a little gym in Castleford, what I run called Boxing Barn. So both hands were quite bad, which they're going to be with bare knuckle, aren't they, like, and whatnot. But I still had one hand left, so I did all my pads with one hand pretty much. So I'm a master now with one hand doing pads. Oh, it's fun because I've got other to do pads. So luckily, mate, I had a little, I had something to take my mind off it, by keeping active down at my gym, like. So it wasn't too bad. I wasn't just laid up in the house all the time, so quite good, to be fair.
Yeah. So obviously, hopefully everyone gets home out and home safe and everything like that. How often are you looking at being active in 2024?
I'd like to be active, mate. To be fair, like I'd love to have been out like at least 2 or 3 times this year. Like I'm 34 now, so you get into like them years where you start cherishing it a bit, don't you? You want to make sure you make most of it while you're still able to do it, don't you? So I feel fit enough and fresh enough. So if me injury wise, if I'm all right, I'd like to definitely be very active next year. Like if I can help it, like absolutely.
Excellent. Not looking past Conor, obviously, but
no,
is anyone that you kind of got your eye on?
Well, what rankings do you look at for this bare knuckle? Which rankings are like?
Well, I think coming up soon. I mean, Box Rec, they've got a ranking system. How accurate it is, I don't really know, but
don't they combine it with a pro record and stuff like that?
Yeah, so there's just a bare knuckle on Box Rec. There's a bare knuckle section.
So a bit ago, I looked at that. I thought they combined it with like your pro record, but I'm not sure if they do. But it says that I'm second on there in like everywhere, doesn't it? So everybody who gets into combat sports and fighting and whatnot, you want to be best when you want to fight the best. It's not personal. It's not like that. You just want to be the best version of yourself in your field of work, don't you? So you want big fights, don't you? And that's just what it is, isn't it? You just want to keep progressing, and
fighting the best lads available.
Absolutely, man. Just see how far I can take it before you call it a day, sort of thing. So it's been a childhood dream, mate. I've nearly done it for 3 decades now. 4 years I've done it for 3 decades, boxing and whatnot. So you want to make most of it. You want to be a bit of a name in it, don't you? So just keep progressing, my mate. And like I'm number 2 now. So if their rank is what you go off, then obviously I'm not looking past Conor Cooke, not remotely, like absolutely not at all. But you want to just keep progressing, don't you? And just keep fighting best. So whatever it takes me after this, if it's successful, like.
Yeah. What about getting over to America? Is that something that you're interested in?
Yeah, it'd be all right, that, mate. I'd like that, absolutely. 100%, mate. I'd love to do that. Absolutely. It's a dream, innit? It's everybody's dream to fight in States and whatnot, innit? Or abroad in general, like. So I'd take that way up in arms, mate, yeah. Absolutely.
It's just getting bigger and bigger, this sport, isn't it? Just announced BKFC Africa.
It's rapid, mate, innit? It's just taking off massively, innit? And rightly so, mate, because, like, obviously I'm from a boxing background and I look at boxing now, and I can't even watch it if I'm totally honest with you, mate. I think
It's hard, man.
I think
it's hard to watch boxing.
I can't even be proud of it anymore. It's become a show. It's ridiculous. Whereas in your BKFC, like, you know, it's gritty. It's people are wanting to win for accolade of being the best and whatnot, and that's what it should be about, shouldn't it? You know,
yeah,
that's exactly what it should be about, and that's what roots they've got, and I think it makes for good viewing.
It does. I mean, everyone's scared about losing that O in boxing, but losing your O in the BKFC or in bare knuckle, it's not as important because it's how you go out and how you know what I mean. If you go out on your shield and put on a performance and get back up, you know. Absolutely,
mate. You know, like, look at your olden day fighters in boxing. Like, they've got several losses, but like the fight everyone and anyone, don't they? And it makes good fights, doesn't it? You know, like,
yeah,
too pampered these days, and it's too much of a show. And who wants to be in a sport where you're not trying to be best version of yourself? If you're competitive and you're in a sport where you think you're the best at it, why would you not want to compete with these people? Do you know, it's what you're about, innit? That's what you're in sport for. But yeah, boxing nowadays, it's just lost its way on it.
They leave things too long. I mean, at one point, all I wanted to see was like Tyson Fury versus Anthony Joshua, and now I couldn't care less if it doesn't happen again. You know, if it never happens.
Yeah, it loses its spice, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's stuff like when Mayweather were on about fighting Pacquiao. I know they did dark line, but you hear about it that much, it just becomes blasé, doesn't it? You're not interested in watching it. Whereas if it had happened like earlier on, God, it'd have been a rape ding dong, wouldn't it? Do you know, like,
yeah, absolutely.
You lose thrill for it, don't you? But yeah, it's becoming a joke. It's not just that, mate, as well. Like, you look at some of these people, like, who are getting into like all this, like, and it's no discredit to them because they're smart out, they're making most money out of what they can do. But you get a lot of other lads becoming inactive because, like, they're not getting fights and whatnot, and they've not fought for like a year and a half and whatnot, and they're wanting to fight, and then when they do fight, they're getting paid peanuts. But you get these other lads, which is no fault to them because they're just being smart, aren't they? But your promoters are just looking for dollar signs out there, and they end up ruining it all. When you're getting like working class lads what need that money fighting, end up not fighting it, and then these lads have a fight and they make tons of cash, and like, it's just a discredit to lads who train and fight all their life.
Yeah.
And they get peanuts, you know. Whereas in, like, at least where you bare knuckly BKFC, like, you're fighting for accolade and stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's good. I can't fault it. It's a good sport.
No, it's brilliant. It's you can see why it's so rapidly rising. I mean, obviously on the Friday night as well, this Friday coming, there's the first European show in Bulgaria.
And I saw that, mate. Yeah, it looked good.
It'd be class. It'd be class. It'd be nice just to chill out on the Friday night and watch that after the weigh-ins are all over and done with. And
absolutely, mate. Absolutely. Get a bit of fodder down, but that'd be all right. Dreaming about food, mate. It's done ready.
At least you're nearly there, though. And, there's no mad weight cut to be done on the day or anything like that in the steam room and the sauna and all that kind of stuff.
Absolutely. I always like to make sure that I do it, like, whether you call it old school or not. I like to make sure that I make weight like the traditional way, like getting to the weight, working hard, getting to the weight, dieting, performing at the weight in training. Rather than, like, I've tried to do little bits of weight cuts before and my body just doesn't respond well to it. So I try and get down as low as I can in training, and then if I can perform at it, then I should be able to perform at night if I put a little bit, you know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. Like, everyone's different, aren't they? But
yeah, do you think that gives you an advantage then? If you're training at the weight that you're going to be fighting at, rather than training at a weight, where you've got to do a big weight cut or something? I'm
not sure, because everybody responds different, don't they, to their own little methods, how they do it and stuff. But it's just, I've always done it this way, and it when I was boxing before, there was a professional, it was like same day weigh-ins before like I got to the stage where it was going to be a day before weigh-ins, like I'll get into that level where I got into like top 10 in Britain, like 8th in Britain, or on prize fighter and stuff, and then I got loads of offers after that. So it was going to be, I would have got like a day before weigh-in then, because the type of fights that I were in, and it were more higher field fights. But when I was building up, I couldn't get to 12-7, so it was like, great, I'll go to 14-4. So a piece of piss, like, it's like, I walk around at that, you know what I mean? So what weight is it now that we fight, 84 kg? So it's like, I have to lose a little bit for this, but it's not quite as much as like heavyweight. Yeah. So it's not too bad, to be fair. Like, I can do it quite easy. You're like between two weights almost, aren't you, at this weight, what I'm at now? So I can go up or I can go down, so it's not too bad. But I feel better losing the weight for fights, if I'm honest with you.
Yeah.
Feel more sharper, keeps you a bit more focused, I think, because you're having to be dedicated with your eating and stuff as well as your training, aren't you? So keeps you level-minded, doesn't it?
Yeah. The last time you were out as well, I mentioned it earlier, against David Round. That was some fight, wasn't it, between you and him? There was some crack between you. He was constantly talking to you in the ring, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was a perfect dance partner, wasn't he, mate? He was an absolute gentleman and all, mate. Like, he's bless him, he sent me like a picture of us both fighting for my wall up at home and stuff. My children and stuff, like, befriended him on became mates with him on like Instagram and that, and he messaged me saying, "Is it okay to be mates with him?" And that, he's a gentleman, mate, you know. But an hard bastard, like, innit?
Yeah, he is. He's one of the characters in the sport, isn't he? He's one of the best characters in the sport.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And like, he deserves to do well, mate. You know, as a class bloke, and I'm glad that I shared a ring with him, mate, because the views we've got on YouTube now, I can't remember what it last one when I last looked, but like over 320,000 views, and it's just a perfect dance partner, isn't it? Like, it was ups and downs, and you know, that's what that type of fights you want to be in, don't you? Because people remember them fights. So,
of course, you know that sticks out. You know, like the gum shield thing between you both as well. Your gum shield came out. He was like pretending to take his gum shield out and things like that. It's just brilliant, little things like that. Like you say, it sticks out in people's minds, and it was a brilliant fight from you.
Absolutely, mate. It's like, you know, it's a bit of showmanship in it. It's a bit of, you know, charisma. You want a bit of that, don't you? It spices it up, doesn't it?
Yeah, you need it. You need it in this game as well. You do need
absolutely,
it in this game.
Mate. You know, no bad blood. It's just what we do in it outside of his normal lives. Like, it don't have to be personal, does it? It's just is what it is.
And that's, you know, one of the things I love about this sport as well is like how respectful the lads are between each other, and you know, there's no real shit talkers or smack talkers or anything like that. Everyone just kind of keeps it on a level, and it's, you know, and very respectful, which I love.
Yeah, it's a mad world, isn't it, when you think about it? Like, we do what we do, and people might look at us as, well, thugs or whatnot because we do bare knuckle, but the gentlemen out there, they're now to conduct themselves as a gentleman. They've just got another side to them, aren't they, where they, you know, but yeah, I think once as well, when you've been in a ring with somebody, you're knocking lumps out of each other, you're thankful for rest, aren't you? And to be right after it. Thankful that's over, mate. Nice one. But no, you can't help but not have respect for each other, can you? After you've traded bare knuckle, like.
I won't take up much more of your time. I'll finish off with this question, mate. And you know, it's a bit of a two-pronged question. What does fighting mean to you, and why do you fight?
It's just it's somewhere what accepts me, you know, like boxing's me, it accepts me. I'd be lost without boxing, mate. I'd be absolutely lost. It's been my life since been like 8 years old. It's all I know how to do. I compare everything to boxing in the outside world to what boxing is. It's my life, mate, and I'd be lost without it. And I dread the day when I have to pack in, to be honest with you, mate, because it's been love of my life, like. So
yeah, I'm sure you'll probably coach forever, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll never leave it alone, mate. I'm not one to watch Coronation Street and all that. It's too mundane. I've got to be doing something. So yeah, I'll be doing something like that, mate. Definitely.
Yeah, I mean, what about coaching bare knuckle? Because there is, you know, there are differences in it to boxing, isn't there?
Yeah, it is. It's like. You're still learning all the time, aren't you, in any sport you do, and if you're not, you're never going to improve, are you, if you don't admit that. But you're always learning. But bare knuckle, I'm vastly learning it. You know, there's more to it than what meets the eye. Isn't there? It's a different type of way of fighting, isn't it? It's if you're winning, you're losing, you're knocking your hands up. It's just a pain game, isn't it? It's a different game, isn't it? Like I said, I've had one fight in it, so you're still learning all the time, aren't you? But I've coached a few kids for bare knuckle. I've coached like a lad for BKB, and I've recently had a lad on BKFC, Harry Kane. He was on Prospect Show at Liverpool.
Yeah. He had a good support there, didn't he, for that?
Yeah, he had a good fight, man. You know, but first time on like a big stage like that, and I thought I conducted himself really well. Bless him. First time on that kind of stage, and he put a rate show on. You know, like, and it's a lot to say because some others, like, they'll get a knock on their hand or they might take a knock on. They don't want to know. Do you know what I mean? Whereas he got knocked down, he kept fighting. Like, what more can you ask from kid? He did me proud. He did all Jim proud. It was great. Like he's had loads of offers since now. So he's lost, but he's come out a winner. So it's going back to what we said about people losing and still getting somewhere with it. It's good, mate. You know what I mean? Whereas in boxing, they're probably you end up having to pick another path. But whereas this game, it's giving him another option to go down another route now. So it's a win-win, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So,
and, even if he drops down and things and, get some more ring experience in bare knuckle and things like that, there's nothing to say that he couldn't be back in the BKFC at some point in the future.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely. And you'll definitely see something more from him, because his game as a badger, this lad.
Yeah.
I've got a few lads, mate. I've got a few lads wanting to turn pro, and I've got like unlicensed lads and whatnot. A few lads want to go amateur and stuff, but I've got another lad called Cav Garber. He's a good prospect, mate. He's wanting to go pro, but he needs to have like amateur fights first before he can go pro. I've got a few lads, mate, down at my gym that's really, really coming on. It's exciting, mate. It's nice to watch them. It's nice because it's a two-way thing, isn't it? Like we've both worked on to improve them and whatnot, and it's nice, mate. It's rewarding doing what I do. It's not like work. It's
a passion.
It's just doing what I do, mate. My passion in it. Training with mates. It's not work, is it? It's not work if you enjoy what you do.
It's just a little question there in the comments from Rick Doherty. Shout out Rick Doherty. Love to see a rematch with David Round. Do you think that could ever happen?
Why not, mate? I'm sure David agreed to it as well, to be fair. Not about me bleeding hands, my mate. I just stood up on his head. He's got like a 2-inch skull. But yeah, honestly, mate, I'm not one to turn fights down, and it was a good fight last time, wasn't it? So I'm sure it'd make a good fight again if it did happen. But like I said, I've got the utmost respect for Dave. I spoke on phone to him about 2 weeks ago. He's a gentleman, mate. And if it ever come up in future, I'm sure we'd probably both do it, but we'd be mates straight away after again, and we'd be doing loads of talking again through fate.
Class. Before we wrap this up, mate, have you got any sponsors or teammates, gyms, coaches you want to give a shout out to?
I have, mate. I've got a rate list here, my mate, so bear with me. So I've got Brayton Building and Plumbing. I've got New House Property Rentals and Developments. I've got Chapter Rooms Bar. I've got Teal and Sons Timber, Micro Kitchen for my prep meals, The Solution House. I've got one of my friends at gym. She's like 60-year-old. She's called Traz, and she sponsors me, bless her. And it's inspiring, mate. 60-year-old. She's still eating pads. I love it. So Brilliant. She sponsors me. And just to mention for my gym, Boxing Barn, what I train out of myself, and my coach, mate, Mark Owens, he's been there through some tough times for me of recent, and yeah, he does a lot for me, my mate, and I want to make him proud. So there's loads more to mention, my mate, but I've got loads of stuff going on at the minute in my life, and I'm not still sure what I'm allowed to say and what not to say. So. But yeah, no worries at all. No worries at all. Brilliant, and I can't wait to see you out there. Can't wait to see you fight again. I wish you the very best of luck. And cheers, buddy. Thank you. I'll see you down there, my man. Cheers, my mate. Thank you for having me on. Cheers, bud. No worries at all. Thanks for coming. Cheers. Thank you. Cheers, bud. Nathan the Outlaw Owens, everyone. Going to be a hell of a show down at Leeds, and can't wait for him to fight it out with Conor Cooke. And may the best man win. But appreciate you all for watching. Big shout out to Violent Gentleman. I do that every time. Big shout out to Violent Gentleman for supplying us with the polo shirt. Jab that like button, jab the subscribe button. Tomorrow, who have I got on tomorrow? Let's have a little look, shall we? Wednesday. Got Andy Bakewell on tomorrow, the BKFC boss man. So stay tuned for that. Go over to my Instagram as well. You can find out who my next guests are going to be. Give that a follow as well while you're there. Big shout out to everyone in the comments as well. Rick Doherty, my man, always supporting the channel. I appreciate it. John as well there, and shout out to the Fully Game lads as well. Can't wait to see them lads down there. It's going to be a brilliant weekend. Only a few days away. Exciting times. Thanks for watching, and speak to you all soon.
The fight fans joining us and the millions watching around the world.